Yeah, they said it couldn't happen. And I'm back on this rapping. Yeah. Bless one. Shout out all my people. Up north, down south, east to the west. Another day up in this life.
Yo, what is up? What is up? This is a mad week with George I. Courtright. Sorry, we are starting late, but then again, a lot of people don't watch live anyway. So you're gonna be getting this the same time you usually do it. And we want to say what is up to the Facebook Live people. I see cousins on, people from colleges on. And we are going to be doing this again. This is George I. Courtright for a mad week. As you can see, I am not alone. And it is a familiar face to the mad week nation. And this is
Aaron Atkins.
And thanks for coming back, man.
Oh, you know,
Thank you for coming back. Let's get you all. Come on, scoot all the way in.
All right.
Don't think people in Facebook land saw you, got you tagged in. Some of your people will be like, "Where the fuck you at? Where the fuck you at?"
This is where I'm at, y'all.
It's some shit. It's some absolute shit going on. But before we do that, like we usually do, this past weekend, what did I do? Not much. I went down and tested my hand in poker.
How did that go?
I got third place out of about 20 people.
Hey, that's not bad.
That's not bad at all. I'm trying to get my hand going, get my practice going, because wifey and I are going to be going on a cruise where I'm doing like a poker tournament, because I won a tournament back in May.
Yeah.
So just want to practice up, and this some big money involved. So if I could get...
Are you playing Texas Hold'em?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like playing Texas Hold'em because you put down a certain amount, and that's all you're gonna be losing.
Right.
You know. So third place out of 20. I was all right with that.
Yeah.
I could have done better. I need to be patient. Just a little patience. Yeah. Axl Rose for your ass.
Right.
So that's one thing. I can't remember what else we did, but that was the major thing. How was your weekend? How's things been with you? I haven't seen you in a while.
I did a little bit of traveling. I went to Colorado, go visit some friends for their engagement party.
There you go. Where in Colorado?
Denver.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Which was nice. During the summertime, you're down here in Phoenix, and it was right off after that week we had that 120 here.
Okay.
And so I go over there, I get off the plane, and it's nighttime around like 10 o'clock at night. It was like 51 degrees getting off the plane.
Nah, fuck all that.
No, it felt good, man. Okay.
I don't need no 51, man. All right, I understand you like, oh, it's hot as a motherfucker, but no, I don't need no 51.
After doing all that and hanging out with them out there, and it was cool and everything, had a tiki party and all that stuff, I came home, was doing business as usual, working and everything else. Lost a buddy to suicide.
Oh.
And my buddy Johnny Rohan.
Damn.
That was pretty devastating for my homies and his family and my family and just everybody that knew him, and it was just really sad, and that's gonna take us a while to just get past. But
had it been known that he was dealing with depression or anything like that? Was there signs? Had he done it before or anything like that?
He had some issues before a couple years ago, and he had gotten treated and everything else. But after his dad passed, a lot of that stuff changed, and I can't really put my finger on what the exact reason was as to why he chose to go that way, and it's just a really messed up situation on all that. After that incident that happened, which there's kind of hard to bring some normalcy to your life after that.
Right.
Just kept on working. Just came back from a small little vacation with my sister. out there in California. My sister Sade, shout out. Woo!
What up?
Greatest trip.
I asked her to be on one of the shows.
Yeah?
I wanted to be on one of the shows. Sade, if you look watching, I want you on one of these shows. I think it'd be fun.
You right? We went out to go see 2 Chainz in Anaheim at
oh, really?
What is it, the House of Blues.
Okay.
So this guy, a couple concerts before that, gets hurt, stage diving, and breaks his leg.
Oh.
And they tell him to stop his tour.
Yeah.
And he was like, no. Like, all these people don't already paid for these tickets
Exactly.
and stuff. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to perform.
Exactly.
He shows up on stage with a nurse pushing him in a wheelchair with his leg propped up, and with backup dancers and singers, and it was tight, bro.
It was still money?
Like,
it was
okay,
still,
okay.
So was he just stationed, or did he get up on like some crutches or anything?
No, he was sitting in his chair just like, getting it, and he rapping into the microphone. It was tight.
He did the birthday song?
He did everything. He did
big.
All I want is a big booty hoe for my birthday.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Birthday song. That's my jam.
That's
my jam right there.
That was tight. Had the whole crowd bumping. And I like going to California because it's so diverse out there.
Oh, yeah.
So the whole crowd was just diverse.
Right.
And I love seeing that because it's beautiful. And
shit, in these times, it's
definitely
beautiful.
Like, I mean, to go to a vacation, hang out with all those people, do all that, and then come home, think that you're going to have like normalcy and everything, and then you hear about what's happening in the world, and you're hearing about what just happened, in what was it, North Carolina?
You talking about the Charlottesville?
Charlottesville.
In Virginia.
Virginia, excuse me. I'm sorry. That's, in Virginia, man, that is a mess. Absolutely.
So, we usually, for those of you new to A Mad Week, this is my show. We do every Thursday, well, most Thursdays, and we talk about stuff that's going on in the headlines, because there's a lot of mad shit going on in the world right now, and just want to talk about that shit. So let's get right into this shit. Charlottesville, Virginia, where there was the protests, the white supremacists, white nationalists, or the alt-right and all these other euphemisms they call themselves and all that stuff. They're out there protesting because of bringing down the Robert E. Lee statue, and then there was protesters of their protests, group of people, protesting the KKK type style that these motherfuckers are out there doing, and one of these motherfuckers rams their car into the protesters, and it's just bullshit.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that happened with that. I went back and I started watching a lot of video on it, and watching a lot of the news broadcasts, what they did with it and everything else. There was issues with Donald Trump's statements about it. And,
it took him like days. Over 48 hours in order to make a statement about what had happened. With terrorist type actions, with real major violence type actions, especially when it comes to racist actions, racist things. Other presidents would have jumped on this, and said this is bullshit. Racism is condemned in America. This is not what we need. But
they would have called it out immediately.
Yeah, but Donald Trump chose not to. As a matter of fact, he's in one of his statements, he said that he needed to get all the facts before singling out hate groups.
Now,
but
let me get back to that.
Yeah. And it all comes around because of the shit that happened today.
Yeah. Automatically just puts it right on them too.
Yep.
And automatically calls out Islamic terrorists and stuff, which ISIS did claim that they had did that.
All right, since we're gonna tie both of these in, might as well go ahead and talk about the Barcelona incident. Well, if that's what the fuck you want to call it, incident. Another person in a van, a vehicle, drove down the street in Barcelona, killed 13 people, injuring over 100 others.
Did you see the videos of that, man?
I didn't want to see the videos. I didn't want to see all the videos.
Before I came over here, I was watching some stuff on YouTube and everything, and they showed the video of the aftermath of that.
It said, one of them said you just saw a lot of people laying on the ground.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Like, you just see bodies just laying
Just
there.
bodies,
and
man.
People just trying to like get up and get taken care of by medical, and it's just a bad look on what's going on in the world. There is way too much violence going on
Way
in the
too
name
fucking
of your
much.
supposed religion.
Religion and people's differences.
Yeah.
Just differences, whether it's religion, color, race, nationality, gender, sexuality. It's just too much fucking hate going on.
So this is where I need to say something about what happened in Virginia. Is with all of the violence that happened there, I understand that a lot of people don't want that type of stuff in our country, because I don't want it either.
What do you mean? What type of stuff?
As far as like racism and the KKK and like white nationalism, like all that other stuff.
Right.
Everything else that has to go with it, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, all that shit, all comes together, and it forms just a big hub of just disagreements that cause violence in the end.
Right.
The problem being is that if we go out and we keep just acting like what they're portraying us to be, which is just ignorant assholes, and just counter-attacking people or counter-fighting against them, they're going to label us as such, period. They've already labeled us as, damn near barbaric and violent.
Savage. Well, one of the people I seen, one of the protesters, came out and was on the internet talking about how black people are nothing but savages and all that stuff and shit like that. So
yeah, it's fucked up, because you get lumped into some bullshit like that, and then of course white people get lumped up into, if they're voting Republican, that they're automatically alt-right or automatically racist, which is not necessarily true. But herein lies the problem, is that side of the spectrum when it comes to our government is including those people, because they are counted in that vote. And those people are still responding in praise of Donald Trump as to what happened, because he didn't call out the racism that was taking place in order for those people to show up to cause the big stir that happened that caused that dude to ram those people with that car. It's all domino effect, and what I'm saying is that instead of like just coming to these people and inciting more hysteria or violence, we kind of have to let them exercise their First Amendment. It sucks. I hate saying that, because every single time I see one of these motherfuckers with those flags, I want to bust their fucking teeth out.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
Let's be real. I want to bust their fucking teeth out every single time.
Oh, but any of the racist motherfuckers, you want to just fuck somebody up, but that's
unfortunately
a negative
and
reaction.
fortunately, the way our Constitution and our laws are set up, we have to let them be able to freely speak about their opinions without, violence or harm. Unfortunately, that's not always going to be the case on both sides. Okay? There's always going to be somebody who's going to come in and ruin it for everybody else. We have on the far left, which they're now trying to label as the alt-left, which that's just stupid as fuck.
It's just it's all a bunch of bullshit. Alt-right, alt-left, all this bullshit.
What it is Antifa, and they're because they're almost an anarchist type like Marxist group, which they're saying that they're communist style and all that other shit.
Right.
Shut the fuck up. Okay, first of all, like they need to stop. Okay, they're making the rest of us who are actually trying to fight this stuff look like dumbasses, because you guys are out there just wilding out, whooping people's asses, and you're trying to shut down everybody's First Amendment and all that other stuff. It just doesn't work that way. You can't do it that way. It's not going to work.
Oh, but if
and
somebody,
then
if
alt left, you got these motherfuckers over here talking all this shit constantly, and you're expecting people to just be able to sit there and just take it.
Yeah, but
after a while, you're gonna keep pushing the bar until there's no bar no more.
All right.
And this is what happens when you keep pushing the bar till there's no bar anymore. You keep pushing this rhetoric of white nationalism and Nazism and all this other stuff. And you saw it out there. It wasn't just black people out there fighting you guys.
Exactly.
There was everybody out there saying,
Yep.
we don't want this in our country
We
anymore.
don't want this bullshit.
How many more times do we have to tell you guys this is a dead ideology? It needs to be out of our country. But because of freedom of speech, we have to allow it to be here.
Yes, freedom of speech allows them to, get together and, do their protest. But freedom of speech also allowed, the protesters to come and do their thing, as long as there's no violence involved,
right.
Which there was not any violence, initiated. Although Mr. Trump is saying that there was violence on both sides.
And let's be clear, like they both went in there ready.
Oh yeah,
okay.
Oh yeah. There was guns.
There was guns. There was
open,
shields. There was gloves.
Helmets.
There was helmets.
Yeah.
Like these dudes showed up with shields with like white crosses on them and all this other stuff.
They were ready to fucking battle.
You can't go around, spewing all this hate speech and not expect people to react. They're expecting people to react, so that they can push their agenda. Oh, the left is just as bad as everybody else. No, you fucking idiot. What they're trying to fight is the shit that you're spreading on U.S. soil. That all those other people that fought in World War II didn't want here to spread here.
Right.
That's what they're fighting against. And the idiots that went out there to do other stuff, which is they're just trying to stop freedom of speech and all of that, they're just the same as the motherfuckers that are over here with the alt-right messing up the Conservative Party, while these idiots are over here messing up the Progressive Party.
All right, so, well,
there's a lot
since this whole shit came about, there has been more. Of
course.
Far right is planning 9 nationwide rallies this weekend alone in Atlanta, Boston, Austin, L.A., New York, Pittsburgh, Seattle.
We're coming
Orange County. What's that?
There's going to be a rally here. There's going to be an alt-right rally here, and then Donald Trump is also coming here. So you can imagine what kind of people that's going to bring out. Of course, they're going to bring out nice people that happen to be conservative, and then it's also going to bring out dumbasses.
There's going to be dumbasses on both sides. There's going to be peaceful people on both sides, and it's just going to fuck everything up. What would you say? They have a right to gather. That's alt-right. What do you say should be done? Should people opposing them, should they just sit back and do nothing, knowing that these people are trying to entice you to do something to make their point? Should they just sit at home and not do anything?
They should just leave it alone and let them practice their First Amendment. And it sucks saying that, but that's exactly what they should do, is allow them to practice their First Amendment and vote in policies that cater to your own, party. Like vote in senators that cater to your own party. Do stuff like that in order to change the government. Just going out there just busting heads and just screaming and yelling at each other.
Cracking knuckles,
Nobody is going to listen
heads.
to anybody when it's like that. You're not sitting down having an intelligent conversation. What's happening is you're just going out and you're both in echo chambers yelling, and all you can hear is your own voice. That's what's happening right now. And everybody's yelling at each other, expecting everybody to understand their ideals, and it's not going to happen. That's just not the way it works. The protesting and everything. Protest away from protesters that are going to be there, and
that's true.
And violence can stir.
You can still protest, but you don't have to protest right next to the people who you don't like. You can both have rallies and show that there's more love in your rallies, more people, and more togetherness in your rallies than the bullshit that's going on.
Right. And I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be like, "What is this Uncle Tom ass nigga talking about?" I'm looking at it as a realist, man. Like, do we want to survive in this country and actually make it better, or do we want to, twist it all up and go along the same lines and end up in another stupid almost civil war that might happen to take place? Because which just people just fighting in the streets and acting.
It's just
dumb.
gonna end up being bullshit. And the fucked up thing about this. The fucked up thing about this is it's fucking coming down to our fucking president. And when it came down to the fucking when the voting, the the debates and all that shit when he was going out there. You saw that this shit was starting to boil up. You saw this shit starting.
Yeah.
You saw the shit starting to come out.
Oh, he's not racist.
And as a matter of fact, on one of my first shows, I'm like, all right, we don't know what the fuck's going on. He might have did this. He might have did this just so he can get in the office and then things will change. No, he has not done this. He has not changed. The shit that he was out there fucking, marketing is the shit that's coming about. It is coming for fruition right now. A lot of racist bullshit is coming out, and people are getting sensitive. People are getting really sensitive, and it's fucking bullshit because how far sensitive is sensitive. We're gonna get back to this because a lot of shit is
it's a mess.
It's a mess. But
one thing I hated was the fact that David Duke came out and congratulated Donald Trump on his statement on the whole thing. David Duke, the ex-head of, the ex-Grand Wizard of the KKK.
Yes.
Who happened to be at that same march, rally, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Out there with these, it looked like a bunch of like dads and like dudes that work at Target holding like tiki torches, but the
tiki torch.
Yeah, just all those assholes, and then it's just.
He's coming out. He's the same one saying that. Oh, hey, we're coming out there doing what Donald Trump said that we should be doing.
Making America great again.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to say that Donald Trump told them directly to do that.
No.
No. But it's there's a lot of evidence there that that he's pushing that rhetoric enough to where that they're assuming that's what he means.
And he's not denouncing it whatsoever.
Exactly. And he's got Steve Bannon in the background also telling him what to go out there and do. So, I mean, and that dude used to run Breitbart.
What's Breitbart?
Breitbart is basically a news organization catering directly to alt-right.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. And he's working in the White House.
All right.
Can you guys do addition yet?
That shit ain't cool. But I usually end the show saying, hey, how about you not fucking do anything stupid so I don't fucking have to come on here and say how the fucking world is so fucked up. And I'm just going to throw this in. Maybe I'll just come on here and talk about, this fucking killer whale at SeaWorld died.
What?
Yeah, 42-year-old killer whale battling bacteria respiration infection was euthanized on Tuesday and shit. It had 4 children, 6 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. This is the 3rd whale this year that has died, and most of them have been from bacterial infections. Maybe I should come on. That's why I was like, hey, let me come on here and talk about shit like that instead of motherfuckers getting in their car and running other motherfuckers over just because they're different.
Yeah.
This is fucked up, man. Race relations is at such a fucked up time right now.
It's
so messed up.
Topic. It's a fucked up time.
It's 2017. It feels like it's in the 60s and shit.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, like, if my grandparents and my great uncles who fought in World War II, and like all of them, my granny was welding ships back in World War II. If they would have like seen what was happening today, they'd be rolling in their graves, dude. Like people like that can just openly walk in our streets. I don't agree with it, but it's their freedom, and I can't stop them. And neither can anybody else until there are some kind of laws that are passed that says that Nazism, just like in Germany, is outlawed here in the United States. Right. Unfortunately, we don't have those laws, and so we still have to deal with freedom of speech, and these ass clowns get to walk around and just basically talk a lot of shit.
But, there are some, directions being made, some, advancements being made. The whole reason they were out there protesting is because they were trying to take down these statues that pretty much symbolize, slavery and all that bullshit.
Just put them in a museum.
They could be put in a museum for, hateful motherfuckers to go worship and all that stuff. There was a topic on somebody on one of my Facebook feeds or whatever put this thing on there. You know, he does shit. You know, a lot of time just to spark conversation. It's like, oh, if you're gonna take down those statues, should you take down the pyramids in Egypt because they were built by slaves and shit like that? It's just, I understand what they were trying to do, but it's not.
You're talking
even
about like
close.
It's not even, that doesn't even equate to anything.
No.
That's like we're talking about stuff that happened before Christ versus, you know, something that happened within the last like 150 years.
Yes.
You know, and that was in front of a courthouse. So every black man that's ever had to walk in that courthouse, I know that sounds kind of stereotypical. Every black man that's had to walk into that courthouse has had to walk past the statue
somebody
of
who
Robert
didn't give
E.
a
Lee
fuck about you
to
or
go
being.
see a goddamn judge, and in hopes that he wasn't like the dude that was sitting out there in the front of the courthouse. What kind of message does that send to us?
That is bullshit.
But it's okay. It's a part of the history of the United States. No, it isn't. It's a part of the history of the Confederate States of America, which seceded from the Union as a traitorous nation and started a war with the United States. Get it right.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. But like I said, there's people, going in the right direction. Different companies like Spotify went on and started taking down like hate music from hate bands and all that stuff that are putting out different shit.
Man, fuck all that. Let them have that shit. Let them have that music.
It's still. If we see progression like this from different places, it's more people are going to be like, oh, yeah, right, you know what, that's right. And more people are going to get in their head that,
this ain't cool.
This ain't cool. And, more people are going to actually act upon it instead of just, it ain't affecting me, fuck it. PayPal also is cutting off hate groups from using their services to transfer money, to pay for these rallies and shit like that.
Oh, y'all done fucked up now.
So there's big companies. Once this starts, it's gonna be a domino effect, and people are gonna be doing the right thing. It's not just wasn't just black people out there protesting the KKK. It was a mixture of people coming together, being one, and doing what's right for this fucking country as a whole.
When basically nobody else is gonna stand up to that shit. And it sucks to say that because a lot of those groups that are out there, that are doing anarchist style shit, at every single rally. And I mean, like, these guys can just be out there just like, holding a rally for alt-right, not really starting anything, and they're getting ran up on. I acknowledge those incidences as being very embarrassing on that end. But to try to justify Nazism and then the death of somebody who got ran over by a car and then 10 other people injured is just gross.
Right.
There's really no other word for it. It's just flat out disgusting.
Oh, and not only, I mentioned Spotify, PayPal, but, individual companies who have noticed that their people have been attending these rallies, they've been firing some of these people. There's been a couple. As a matter of fact, on Facebook again, I have a meme that somebody sent over. Show. Sorry, Facebook Live. I'll post it on there. But this was how you get fired on your day off. It shows they went to the rally. They're like, damn. So that fucking cracked me up. But
the CEOs actually they all stepped down from, I guess, Trump's little department he had in within the White House that had a bunch of those CEOs coming in to do business with him, trying to get better jobs and stuff like that. All these CEOs are like, we don't want to be associated with this, so we're just going to back out of it. He then goes on Twitter right afterwards, and he's like, yeah, I'm disbanding this organization, blah, 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 blah. Like, shut the fuck up. They left before you even did any of that. Yes. You're just out there trying to save face. But, a lot of these people are not wanting to be associated with that. You have Republican senators saying this. Wake up, people. Even when Republican senators are like, no, he should have called it out for what it was, and you're still trying to argue that fact. I don't even know what to say for you. I really don't. I really don't. Like, I really don't have any explanation for that. Like, it's just, again, it's just disgusting. But it's whatever.
And, a lot of people are saying, even myself saying, the world is getting pretty sensitive, just in general. Everybody's sensitive about this, sensitive about that. And now that race relations are just on the tip of people's tongue and on the tip of everybody's nerves right now, when is it too far? When the fuck is it too far?
That's the problem, is that a lot of the people on the left started with the whole social justice warrior type shit, and that everything, like all these, genderless babies are being born and everything. No, the fuck they aren't. It's either a boy or it's a girl. Stop fucking playing. Like shit like that. Like, to what degree is there just enough, y'all? Like, seriously, at what degree is there just enough? Like, like we have people out there screaming, okay. I have a big problem with the whole feminism thing, like, in certain situations.
What do you mean?
Like I said, because they always talk about they want equal rights, which I think, they always talk about they want equal rights, which is great. But I always preach that if you want equal rights, you also have to have equal accountability also.
Okay, all right. I was wondering where the fuck you was going with this. I'm like, I don't know about this. All right, I'm gonna just wait though.
There's the equal accountability. There's also the equal paying jobs and stuff. Now that I agree with to a degree. There should always be equal paying jobs.
Right.
However, there are jobs out there that women do not do because they are not able to do that job or don't want to do that job. And people are being
for
paid.
Instance.
Like, you want to be like, I don't know, like, working up on tops of buildings, operating cranes and stuff like that.
Well,
like, there's ladies that could do that stuff, but how many are going to go do it?
Yeah, there is stuff that's typically men's jobs, typically women's jobs. But to say that they're not gonna or they can't and all that stuff,
right.
That's
the thing.
Right.
A lot of those averages that they're getting for when it comes to the pay, how people are paid and everything, and how uneven it is. That's not taken into accountability as of what those jobs are that they're not doing. Also, what's not taken into accountability is how much less overtime they're working or how much more, what maternity leave they're taking off, stuff like that. It's just being calculated out. It's just like, oh, we're just not getting paid equal.
Oh,
well,
okay.
you need to look at every root of the...
Look at the actual job, a lot of the... stuff like you said, the construction on top of buildings and shit. People are getting paid more because it's more risque. You might fucking lose your life and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't want to go on some scaffolding on the side of a building. My big ass will fall real quick. I ain't gonna do that job.
Do that shit. Fuck all that. That's because I don't want to do that shit. That's why.
Well, I mean, there's that too.
Just that. But no, I think everything should be equal when it comes to men and women. But yes, there should be accountability. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean that this should happen. As a matter of fact, something I heard on the radio is one thing that I've been preaching the whole fucking time. And I ain't saying it's right to hit women. I ain't saying it's right to hit women. I'm never going to say it's right to hit women, but nobody should be hitting anybody at fucking all. And one thing that came out recently was that documentary with Chris Brown, and him telling the story about Rihanna in the car. And just like the fuck I said, she fought him. As a matter of fact, and it said that how he bit her or whatever. He says in his fucking story that the reason he bit her is because she went for his nuts and shit and started, going for his genitalia, and doing stuff. And like I said, people don't go on the offense with biting. That's a defensive move, and that's what he did. And I'm not saying it was right for him to beat her ass, but accountability.
Accountability, man.
Don't fucking start. Won't be no fucking shit.
Yeah, like you can't just go out there and just put your hands on people, and that goes along with what we were talking about earlier. But yeah, you can't just go out there putting your hands on people. Even my granny used to tell me, like, I don't give a damn if they start whooping on you and fighting on you like a man. That means that she was ready to fight you like a man. Like, straight up. Like, and that doesn't mean I'm just going to haul off and give you a straight left to the jaw.
No.
but
No,
I'm
I
going to
ain't saying
stop
that
you
whatsoever.
from hurting me.
But yes,
you're going to stop. Believe me.
And Whoopi Goldberg got backlash because she pretty much said
the same thing. Yeah, you can't be just going out there putting your hands on men and expecting them not to fuck you up.
Right.
There's accountability in that.
There is accountability.
All that equal rights shit, that also is mixed into that. And that's also for self-defense. So if you're out there, running up on niggas thinking that you just bad and you're just going to fuck somebody up, I got news for you. There's a 200, some odd pound dude out there that will straight left you because he don't give a fuck.
And if you know that somebody is stronger than you, bigger than you, why fuck with them?
What are you
It's
doing?
like saying, just because I'm bigger than you, I shouldn't do that and you can do that. Do that to me? No, it's like me going up to fucking Mike Tyson, slapping him in the fucking face and be like, dude, you know you can whip my ass. Don't do nothing to me. You already know you can whip my ass. No, I ain't gonna fuck with him because I know what the fuck could happen. So why the fuck would you start some shit?
I would pay money to see somebody walk up to Mike Tyson and try that shit.
No. See, and that same shit, and we're fucking men, we wouldn't do that to another man.
Hell
no.
If you,
a woman, why would you just think that you could just slap the shit out of a man? Why do you... I never understood that.
Look, I can get slapped and I'll be alright. I'll be just like, you tripping, push her off me or whatever and get up out of there.
And then she come with that closed fist?
That's when we got a problem. Like, I got to put you somewhere after that. And most likely, it's going to be away from me and me being able to get to the door fast enough to get the fuck up out of there so I don't fuck you completely up. And this is coming from a dude that's never really got into any squabbles with women at all. Like, right. I've always been like, hey, but I mean, there's a limit. But if you're coming at somebody with weapons, you're coming at them with full force, all that stuff.
Weapons, not good.
I mean, man, your sex, what you are at that moment, doesn't matter to me. I'm trying to survive. I'm sorry. It just is what it is.
Yes. Off that. Back to where I was trying to go with this. We got off a little bit, but once again,
when did we not?
It's all right, yo. that makes good conversation, though. That makes good conversation.
Yeah.
One thing that I was trying to talk about is, when is sensitivity about shit just going too far? That's because there's a couple things that I want to bring up. Got some video want to show.
Go for it.
One was, I think it happened on Tuesday. It happened on ESPN. ESPN came out and apologized for this. And I understand one thing. I understand how it looks. I'll just go ahead and play this. For those of you on Facebook Live, I am going to play the fantasy football auction.
Oh, shit.
Next on the auction block, we got Odell Beckham Jr. Do I have $15? 15, they're going to 15, 16, 17, they're going to $18, now 19, going to be 20, 21, we're going to 1, 2, 3, $24, bid 5, 6, 7, 27, 28, they're going to bid 9, 9, going to be $30, bid 1, 31, they're going to buy $31, 1, they're going to buy $30, bid 1, 2, 2, 3, 34, 34, y'all are all done, sold 34 to Shiny Top, $34.
What happened there? Hold up. What happened there was pretty much there was an auction. They got the that motherfucker standing up there. Some fantasy football drafts are round robin pick where everybody's in a row like 1 through 20. If they're 1 through 10, if there's 10 teams, 1 through 10 has a number, and you pick. I'll take Odell Beckham. I'll take Julio Jones. I'll take whatever. But this type of auction is a monetary auction, and it's the type that I'm in as well. And They just did a skit about how all right, for football, if somebody wants to put bid $5 million for this one, $6 million, this, and now because it's black people involved, and it just so happened to be a picture of Odell Beckham. If this was Drew Brees on that fucking head, would they have stated anything? But people are getting pissed off because it makes it look like it's a slave auction. The fantasy football auction looks like a slave auction.
I kind of got that from the little crowd that was right there. I noticed that there wasn't really Any black people in that?
Yeah, and like I said, I understand how it looks. It's
sorry.
a white man.
Sorry.
It's a white man up there doing a bed. You know, this black man right here. You know how much? You know, big strong buck.
It's like, are y'all selling Mandingo? That bitch? Like, what's going on?
So yes, I see how it looks. Looks. But this is fantasy football. I'm gonna have a draft similar. But am I really? Does it really need to be linked to slavery?
No.
You know, it's like saying, seeing a black man in a suit and tie and saying, oh, black man shouldn't wear a tie because it looks like a noose.
What?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
It's similar. Like, fantasy football draft is compared to slave auctions. Why can't a fucking necktie be compared to a noose?
First of all,
you're going too far, man.
Yeah,
It's like, it's sensitive. All right. Yeah, the only reason it looks like that is because you say it looks like that.
Yeah, that's a bit much, y'all. Come on now. Like, you talk about people that get paid way more than we do. Probably more money than I'll probably make in my lifetime.
Most likely, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're a slave to a business that they want to be a slave to, trust me. Like, other than that, the only thing them niggas have to worry about is, like, injuries to their knees or CTE.
Yeah. But,
you know what I'm saying?
ESPN had to come out and apologize. All right, people are getting pissed off because
they've been incredibly liberal, especially with
everything. Like comedians are coming out and having to apologize for their jokes, and everything has to come. Everybody has to come out and apologize.
Who I like listening to just for that whole reason? Like, I like listening to like Joe Rogan and Bill Burr and like all those. Because even though they have their beliefs and everything else, they're still gonna tell the motherfucking jokes.
Right.
And
Yep.
unapologetically too. Might add. So
yes. And done correctly, the shit's fucking hilarious.
Fucking hilarious. Like, I don't give a shit.
And honestly, yeah, it's like when Bill Maher, that I talked about that when he made that nigga joke.
Oh,
if that same joke told by Chris Rock, timing,
perfect. Like, it would have been perfect.
It was great.
But if he would have been a slave, I would have been a house nigga. All of a sudden, there was a big ass eruption because he said the word nigga.
Yep. So it's like
context and everything.
He
didn't say anything that wasn't like super hateful and stuff, but. Like, I get it. Like, they had Ice Cube going there, and he was like, that's our word now. All this other shit.
Right.
Like, it's whatever.
And it's understandable, but shit, when is far too far,
Yeah.
Did you hear about the Procter & Gamble commercial?
No.
All right, I'll go ahead and play a little bit of it. Almost running out of time, but I'll go ahead and play a little bit of it for you on Facebook Live. I'm talking about the Procter & Gamble commercial. I think it's called The Talk. We're gonna play.
Who said that?
The lady at the store.
That is not a compliment.
Listen, it's an ugly, nasty word, and you are going to hear it. Nothing I can do about that. But you are not going to let that word hurt you. You hear me? There are some people who think you don't deserve the same privileges just because of what you look like. It's not fair. It's not. Remember, you can do anything they can. Difference is you gotta work twice as hard and be twice as smart.
Come straight from mental practice. You got your ID? Oh, guess I stopped you. How's your review?
We're good.
You good?
Yeah,
You see?
We're good.
Okay, good. Now, when you get pulled over,
I'm a good driver. Okay?
baby,
Don't worry.
this is not about you getting a ticket. This is about you not coming home.
All right, that goes on for like 2 some minutes or whatever. And for those of you on Facebook Live, pretty much is a commercial. A buddy of mine actually texted me and sent the commercial to me and was like, dude, this is powerful. And he was like, my parents had the same talk with me when I was growing up. It was talking about pretty much a lot of talks, a lot of issues that growing up you had to talk with your parents or just talk in general about different things certain black people have to go through just everyday life. And when it comes about the recent shit with the whole cops killing innocent black people, a lot of these things are more at the surface, about when you get pulled over by cops and all that shit. It's called The Talk, for you to go check out the whole thing.
Yeah, they just put somebody in jail, one of the cops in jail for a shooting from 2014, where the guy, he was standing next to his vehicle and he asked him for his ID.
Mm-hmm.
He turns around, opens his door, reaches into the car, and the cop automatically starts shooting him in the back.
Oh shit!
And that dude lived
Yeah.
and was able to testify, and now that cop is doing, what is it, like 14 years or 12 years, something like that? Yeah, man. Like these actions should come with consequence, but it's up to us to take personal responsibility to make sure that we're going about it the right way when we're interacting with them, because to tell you the truth, they're already high strung. I got pulled over not too long ago, and the best thing that I did the whole time was just keep my hands on the steering wheel the whole time, make sure I stayed eye contact with them. He asked me if I had weapons in the car. I was like, only a knife, and that was it. I let him know where it was. Just tried to cooperate the best I can. The problem is that that's not always going to work either. So in order to come back home safely, we kind of have to be passive enough to where they feel safe enough not to shoot our fucking brains out.
But I understand that, and it sucks that you have to act a certain way. That as a black person, you have to act a certain way that white dude doesn't have to act that same way. And this commercial is doing the same, talking about that talk that parents are telling their young
That's
children.
any minority, man.
Any minority is doing. It's also telling, showing a little segment where the little girl is being told, that you're beautiful no matter what, and some of these things that have are being that's been being taught, being handed down through black families. There's been shit on the internet talking about this is bullshit. Coming from black people, saying that this commercial is bullshit. Why is a company that's predominantly white making a commercial like this? But it's supposed to enlighten people that hey, people shouldn't have to think like this.
Yeah.
People shouldn't have to be worried about getting home just because they're a certain color. People shouldn't have to be told you're beautiful even though you're a certain color. It should be coming, from the world around them. But people are pissed off, saying, oh, a white company shouldn't be putting out a commercial like this. I seen one dude talk about, I never had this talking, that anybody having that talk is stupid. But these are some of the fucking things. As a matter of fact, when all this, the Black Lives Matter, coming out and all that stuff and all these fucking killings, everybody's talking about, yes, now I have to tell my son, this is what you gotta do. The same shit that they're talking about in this commercial. But people are getting pissed off. You want somebody to look at things from your point of view, but when they put it out there, you fucking criticize them for doing such.
Yeah, that's
it's fucked up.
Because it shouldn't matter what color the owner of the company is that helps sponsor a commercial like that. What it is just creating awareness so that everybody else that's not black, believe it or not, that commercial wasn't for you. It was for everybody else that wasn't a minority to see that commercial and be like, oh.
Like that's bullshit that they have to go through that.
It's just an awareness commercial.
Yeah.
It's not something that's, just to shame anybody. It's just letting them know. That's about it. And for those people that go out there and try to call all that shit stupid and everything, they obviously are living a much better life than some of us.
I don't know. I don't know what kind of fucking life they living, but I got problems. But we're almost at the end of the show. Thank you guys for watching. Still got a few things to just go down real quick, and I know this is gonna touch you. Deadpool 2, stunt woman dies. Zazie Beetz is playing Domino in the new Deadpool 2 movie, and her stunt woman died doing a motorcycle stunt.
That's crazy, dude. That's real crazy. Did you get any details about that? What happened? Like, it was just a freak accident, or?
It's a freak accident. They've been doing different stunts on the motorcycle. It was a motorcycle thing. You know, she was doing motorcycle tricks and shit. And on one of the days, I didn't get the actual details, but she passed away. Joy Harris, Joi. I think that's how they pronounced it.
Okay.
Joy Harris. So that's unfortunate.
That's really sad. That sucks, man. I hate hearing people lose their lives like that. That's I mean, especially on motorcycles, man. That's not a good
I don't
way to
fuck
go
with
out,
motorcycles.
man.
I don't fuck with him. Buddy of mine is a doctor, and he did his residency up in Maine and shit, and said so many fucking people came in with motorcycle injuries, and it's just so fucked up. He even told his dad, like, yeah, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done. That's how fucking fucked up it is.
Yeah.
So,
And I think that movie's gonna be dope, by the way.
Deadpool 2.
Yeah, man. And a lot of people were complaining about Domino's design for that movie. And then Rob Liefeld, the creator, comes out and says, I like it. So everybody else that didn't like it, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, the problem is, in the actual comic book, is she was half white, half Mexican.
But her
heritage,
her whole skin tone was, she would paint herself completely bleach white and had a black domino.
Yeah.
As opposed to a black girl with a white diamond
So,
on her face.
So the people in the real, a lot of nerds, want things to be so exact when it comes to the comic book, and I understand. I absolutely understand. There's some shit, like, I keep fucking talking about this. Roadblock and G.I. Joe should have been black, not Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Should have been Terry Crews in that?
Terry Crews, the perfect fucking fit for that. So that's me. That's me again. But anyways, on to the next one. Tiger Woods, when he got pulled over for DUI, he had...
Again?
No, the past time.
Oh, okay.
This is just a follow-up. It was found out that he had 5 drugs in his system, including weed, Vicodin, Dilaudid, Xanax, and Ambien.
Damn, he was partying enough. That he wasn't trying to feel
was
shit.
Fucked up. I want to show this video of this British jogger was arrested for putting somebody in danger. Let's show this video.
Wait, how?
Boom! If you see at the top of the video,
shit,
he's running by, and some lady is walking past him.
No.
He just...
Did he shoulder check her?
He pretty much shoulder checks her, and if you watch, she almost gets hit
by the car.
By a bus.
Ow,
right
he didn't
there.
Even stop, nigga. You ain't shit.
Right there. So, I want to show that because that's just piss poor ass. Like, just being a fucking human. Like, you don't give a fuck about somebody that's on... You could have just swerved around the lady. And instead of shoulder checking her, she falls down, almost gets hit by a bus. He got arrested. Good job.
She interrupted his stride, George. That's what it was. She interrupted his stride.
Yeah.
And he just had to, next time she won't do this shit no more. You sorry motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, sorry motherfucker. Another thing that happened, Crews had to spend 10 days in a blackout. They were on a around the world cruise, 104-day cruise. That's these people with money.
Wait, 10 days with no power inside of the cruise ship?
Pretty much what happened was during the day they could do whatever, but at night they had to shut off all the lights. They couldn't go out on the deck. They couldn't have their parties out on the deck. They had to have their shades drawn and most of the lights out because of fear of pirates.
Oh, damn. Yeah, well, that's a real thing these days.
Yeah.
That's something that's been around for, forever, man.
Pirates. pirates.
Hey, it's real, dude. Like you get some of these crazy Africans and Asians that are out there just out on the water, man, just out there just stealing off these ships and fucking people up, and it's just real crazy.
So
didn't Tom Hanks do a movie about that too?
No, that wasn't Captain Sully. It was that some captain.
He was like,
I am the captain now. I am the captain now. Yeah.
I was like, yes, you are, nigga. Let me jump off this boat. Can I take that with me?
Yes.
Let me get that raft over there.
I talked about I snuck in the killer whale story. And Usain Bolt is retiring, and on his last race, a 4x1, he tore his hamstring, which is fucked up, and he had to go on social media. Social media people are fucking assholes. He had to explain that, yes, I really did, injure myself. He put his x-ray out there, showed that he hurt himself because people were saying, oh, you were losing and you just pulled up because you were losing. It's just one of the fucking greatest sprinters ever has to go on to social media to explain himself. People are just fucking dicks, assholes, punk ass motherfuckers. Yes, I am saying this.
It's this internet.
As I see that the lady who taught me in Bible school and preschool is on here, and I'm swearing up a storm. Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Just to follow suit with all that, that is because we have a lot of people that hide behind these screens.
Yes.
These screens, and like to talk a lot of shit. And realize that in the open, real world, you can't talk a lot of shit, but you can do that on a screen, can't you? You can do that when nobody's right there in front of you. You can talk a lot of shit.
So, as you can see, that there's people that's not in front of screens creating such havoc in this world. So there's no reason for you to be in front of the screen creating more havoc. I keep saying, let's stop doing this bullshit, man. Let's stop creating this hate. Let's stop creating this disaster. We're messing up our own selves. Yeah. Love each other. Fucking, be one with each other. Help each other.
Or something, shit.
Make it legal everywhere so everybody can have a good time. I don't do it myself, but if you do, maybe you won't go out and hurt somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know. But this has been a mad week. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. This is a mad week. I usually do my show at 8 p.m. on Thursday nights. Like my videos on YouTube, MADGIC Entertainment. I'm George I. Courtright. This is
Aaron Atkins.
Stay tuned for after the credits or whatever, because I decided I'm gonna start doing mad memes, mad pics of the week or whatever. I took some of the pictures from the week for last week, the pictures of the week, and I made my own shit. Not all of them are funny, but I'm trying. This is my first week, so I'm trying different things.
All right.
But Facebook Live, thank you for watching. YouTube and Ustream, stay tuned. Thank you guys. We out.
Latest.
I wanna show you places we could see. No stress, no responsibilities. Smooth melodies and good company. Good weather, forever 85 degrees. Get classy, I wanna see a dress, no jeans. Good food, yeah, I wanna treat you properly. Find a property with privacy. And honestly, I hope you just vibe with me. Damn, I think I hit the lottery. Yeah, I'm hoping you'll be open to honesty. I'm sick of all these exes, yeah, they lie to me. So I think I met a lady, damn, finally. Let's climb mountains, by beauty we surrounded. Throw nickels at a fountain, go shopping, no stopping. You're worth it, throw diamonds, one kiss, oh shit. Those lips closed, eyelids, can't help it, I'm smiling. See, I wanna take it out slow. Soon I gotta hit the road. So baby, when you're feeling all alone, tap those pretty nails on the screen of your phone. Yeah. wanna show you 7 seas, Italy, Hawaii, maybe Germany. You my caffeine, you my dopamine. Come with me, see the jets fire ring, so hop on. Like 100 flights, and come on. Do you wanna see the northern lights? And hold on to me if you afraid of heights, and move on. Let's have a few romantic nights, yeah. I wanna see you by my side, yeah. Cruising in a fancy ride.